welcome back to Learn English with Bible Sparkle. I'm Maya.
And I'm Jake. We're so glad you're joining us today.
Today, we're on Phase 3, Building Conversation Skills, and we're going to use one of Jesus's most famous stories to learn about nature, farming, and an important grammar idea, cause and effect.
That's right, and this story is really interesting. It's called the Parable of the Sower.
Before we start, make sure you have a notebook ready. You'll want to write down some of these new words.
Okay, Maya, are you ready to read today's passage?
I am. This is from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 13, verses 3 through 8. I'll read slowly so everyone can follow along.
And listeners, try to notice the different places where the seeds fall. That's going to be important.
Then he told them many things in parables, saying, "A farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Some fell on rocky places, where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow, but when the sun came up, the plants were scorched, and they withered because they had no root. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still other seed fell on good soil, where it produced a crop, 100, 60, or 30 times what was sown."
Wow, what a powerful story. So the seeds fell in 4 different places, right?
Exactly. On the path, on rocky ground, among thorns, and on good soil.
And each place had a different result. That's our cause and effect for today.
Now let's look at 4 important words from the story. These words will help you talk about farming and nature.
And they're useful in everyday English, too.
Our first word is sow. That's S-O-W. It's a verb.
Now be careful with spelling. This, sow, means to plant seeds, not the animal, S-O-W, that's a female pig.
Good point, Jake. To sow means to plant seeds. For example, the farmer sows seeds in the ground.
You can also say, I sow carrots in my garden every spring. Maya, do you sow anything in your garden?
I do. I sow tomato seeds every April. How about you, Jake?
I usually sow sunflower seeds. They grow so tall and beautiful.
Nice. So listeners, remember, sow, to plant seeds. Our second word is seed. That's S-E-E-D. It's a noun.
A seed is a small object from which a new plant grows. When you sow something, you're actually planting seeds.
Here's a fun fact. We eat many seeds. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds.
Oh, I love sesame seeds on bread. And in the story, the farmer scatters many seeds.
Right. An example sentence is, I bought a packet of flower seeds at the store.
Or, this tiny seed will grow into a big tree.
It's amazing how something so small can become something so big, isn't it?
It really is. Okay, word number 2, seed. A small object that grows into a plant.
Our third word is path. P-A-T-H. This is also a noun.
A path is a narrow way for people to walk. It's like a small road, but usually just for walking, not for cars.
In the story, some seeds fell on the path. And what happened to them, Jake?
The birds came and ate them. Poor seeds.
That's right. Here's an example. Be careful when you walk on the rocky path.
Or you could say, there's a beautiful path through the forest behind my house.
I love walking on paths in nature. They're so peaceful.
Me too. So remember, path, a narrow way to walk.
Our last vocabulary turn today is actually 2 words, rocky ground. R-O-C-K-Y-G-R-O-U-N-D.
This is a noun phrase. Rocky ground is soil with many stones where plants cannot grow well.
In the story, some seeds fell on rocky ground. They started growing, but then what happened?
They withered, they died because they couldn't grow deep roots.
Exactly. Here's an example sentence. The farmer was sad because his seeds fell on rocky ground.
Or, it's hard to build a house on rocky ground.
My grandfather used to say, you can't grow roses on rocky ground. It means you need the right conditions for good results.
That's a great saying. So, listeners, rocky ground, soil with many stones.
All right, now it's time for our grammar lesson. Today we're learning about cause and effect.
And we're going to use a special structure, if, then.
This structure helps you explain what happens because of something else. It shows a result.
The story of the sower is full of cause and effect. Every action has a result.
Let me explain how it works. The cause is the action, the thing that happens first. The effect is the result, what happens because of that action.
Look at this sentence from the story. If the seeds fall on a path, then the birds will eat them.
Perfect example. What's the cause, Maya?
The cause is falling on a path. And the effect?
The effect is the birds eat them. Simple.
You can use this structure to talk about so many things in life.
Let's practice with our vocabulary words. If a farmer wants tomatoes, then he must sow tomato seeds.
I like that one. Here's another. If you plant flowers on rocky ground, then they won't grow tall and strong.
Great. And one more. If you water a seed every day, then it will grow into a healthy plant.
Notice how we're using if for the cause and then for the effect.
Sometimes native speakers drop the word then, but it's good to use it when you're learning.
Absolutely. It makes the structure very clear. Now, it's your turn. We're going to do a Q&A activity.
We'll ask 3 questions, and we want you to answer using the if-then structure.
If you're listening in your car or on a walk, just answer out loud. Practice speaking.
And if you're at home, you can pause and write your answers in your notebook.
Remember, answer with a full sentence using if, then.
Ready? Let's go.
Question 1. What happens if you put water on a good seed?
Think about it. What's your answer?
Here's a good example answer. If I put water on a good seed, then it will grow into a plant.
Perfect. You could also say, if I put water on a good seed, then it will sprout.
The word sprout means to start growing. Nice bonus vocabulary.
Question 2. What happens if you walk on a soft path too many times?
What do you think?
A good answer is, if I walk on a soft path too many times, then the path will become hard.
Yes. Or you could say, if I walk on a soft path too many times, then I will make the ground flat.
Both answers are correct.
Okay, last question. Question 3. What happens if a plant has only rocky ground?
Think about the story.
Here's an example. If a plant has only rocky ground, then it will die quickly.
Exactly. Or, if a plant has only rocky ground, then it cannot grow strong roots.
Great work, everyone. You're really getting the hang of this cause and effect structure.
All right, Jake, let's do a quick review. What did we learn today?
We learned 4 important words. First, sow, to plant seeds.
Second, seed, a small object that grows into a plant.
Third, path, a narrow way for walking.
And fourth, rocky ground, soil with many stones.
We also learned the grammar rule for cause and effect, if, then.
This structure helps you show how one thing causes another thing to happen.
And we saw this pattern all through the parable of the sower.
Now we have homework for you.
Don't worry, it's fun homework.
We want you to write one sentence about cause and effect in your own life. Use the if-then structure.
For example, if I study English every day, then I will get a better job.
Or, if I practice speaking, then I will become more confident.
Share your sentences with us. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment. If you're listening on a podcast app, send us a message.
We love hearing from our students.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell your friends about Learn English with Bible Sparkle.
We have so many more great lessons coming up.
So make sure you don't miss it.
Thanks so much for learning with us today. Keep practicing.
And remember, if you practice every day, then you will improve.
See you next time.
Goodbye.